Have you ever found yourself endlessly scrolling through social media, only to emerge feeling a little less sure of yourself, a little less enough? It's a common feeling in this digital age, isn't it? We see these highlight reels, these carefully crafted glimpses into other people's lives, and sometimes it's hard not to compare. The rise of these curated online identities is fascinating, but also a bit tricky. We've all become digital storytellers. But what story are we truly telling about ourselves? And more importantly, what story are we telling ourselves when we consume this endless stream of curated perfection day after day? It's a question worth sitting with, a question that nudges us toward deeper understanding. The pressure to present a perfect image online can feel immense, almost like a heavy blanket we can't quite shake off. For us, as women of color, this pressure often carries extra layers. We navigate expectations not just of general perfection, but also those tied to our race, our culture, and how we should represent our communities. It's like there's an unspoken script dictating that we must always be strong, always be polished, always be inspiring, leaving little room for the messy, beautiful reality of simply being human. This constant performance can be exhausting, a quiet drain on our energy as we try to live up to an ideal that might not even be our own, but one that feels imposed by the digital world around us. This curated world naturally breeds a culture of comparison. We look at these feeds filled with flawless selfies, exotic vacations, and seemingly effortless success, and the gremlin of inadequacy starts to whisper in our ear. Why isn't my life like that? Am I doing enough? These questions can chip away at our self-worth, making us feel like we're falling short. It's so easy to forget that what we're seeing is often just a tiny, carefully selected slice of someone else's reality. It's the highlight reel, not the behind-the-scenes footage with all its unglamorous, everyday moments. We compare our messy, complex whole lives to someone else's curated best bits, and that's never a fair fight, is it? And then there are the filters, the editing apps, the subtle and not-so-subtle ways reality gets distorted online. A tap here, a swipe there, and suddenly skin is smoother, waists are smaller, and life looks perpetually sun-kissed. These tools, while fun for creative expression, can also create deeply unrealistic expectations about beauty, about lifestyles, about what's normal. We start to see these altered images so frequently that they begin to feel like the standard. This can be particularly damaging as we internalize these impossible ideals, striving for a version of perfection that isn't real, and wasn't even real for the person in the original photo before the edits. It's a cycle that can leave us feeling perpetually dissatisfied with our own unfiltered, beautiful reality. reflecting the beautiful complexity of our inner worlds. It might seem counterintuitive, but sharing our imperfections and vulnerabilities can actually be the key to enhancing audience connection. Think about it. When someone shares a struggle they're going through or admits to not having all the answers, doesn't it make them feel more relatable, more human? Perfection creates distance. Vulnerability builds bridges. When we dare to show up with our whole selves, including the parts that are still works in progress, we give others permission to do the same. We create a space where it's okay to be imperfect, and that's where true connection often begins to blossom, moving beyond surface-level interactions into something far more meaningful. Authentic content, born from our true experiences and perspectives, has a remarkable power to build meaningful community connections. When we share our stories, our truths, our unique ways of seeing the world, we inevitably attract people who resonate with that authenticity. We find our tribe, those individuals who get us, who support us, and who appreciate us for who we are, not for who we pretend to be. This isn't about amassing a huge number of followers. It's about cultivating a smaller, more engaged circle where genuine interactions can flourish. These are the connections that sustain us, that make us feel seen and understood in a world that can often feel isolating. The benefits of creating and participating in a positive, inclusive online space are immeasurable. Imagine a corner of the internet where you feel safe to express yourself, where differences are celebrated, and where support flows freely. For many of us, especially those from marginalized communities, finding such spaces can be a lifeline. It's where we can ask for help without shame, share our triumphs without feeling boastful, and offer encouragement to others on their own journeys. These supportive communities remind us that we're not alone, that our voices matter, and that together we can navigate the complexities of life with a little more grace and a lot more solidarity. Ultimately, realness fosters trust, and trust is the bedrock of any deep and meaningful relationship, whether online or offline. When people sense that you are being genuine, that you are sharing from an honest place, they are more likely to let their own guard down. They are more willing to engage thoughtfully, to share their own perspectives, and to invest in the connection. This kind of trust isn't built overnight. It's cultivated through consistent authenticity, through showing up as yourself time and time again. It's about creating a digital presence that mirrors the integrity you strive for in your everyday life, leading to interactions that are not just fleeting, but truly enriching. It's so important to remember that unmasking our authentic selves is an ongoing journey, not a destination we arrive at one day and then we're done. There will be days when it feels easy to be open and vulnerable, and other days when the fear of judgment creeps back in. That's okay. Self-discovery is a process of peeling back layers, of learning and unlearning, of growing and evolving. Be patient with yourself. Embrace the messiness of it all. Each small act of showing up authentically is a step forward, a quiet rebellion against the pressure to be perfect, and a testament to your courage to be truly you in a world that often asks for less. As we navigate this digital landscape, finding a balance between sharing our lives and protecting our privacy is crucial. You get to decide what you share and with whom. It's okay to have boundaries. Not every thought needs to be a post. Not every moment needs to be documented. Consider what feels right for you. Maybe that means having private accounts for closer friends, or simply being more mindful about the information you put out into the public sphere. Protecting your peace and your personal space is not selfish. It's an act of self-care that allows you to engage online in a way that feels sustainable and healthy for your overall well-being. One of the most powerful ways to reconnect with your authentic self is to consciously take breaks from social media. Step away from the screens, put down the phone, go for a walk in nature, have a real conversation with a loved one, immerse yourself in a hobby, or simply sit in silence. These moments of disconnection from the digital world allow us to reconnect with the physical world, with our own thoughts and feelings, and with the present moment. It's in these quiet spaces, free from the noise of notifications and curated feeds, that we can often hear our own inner voice most clearly and recharge our spirits. Ultimately, striving for authenticity, both online and off, isn't just about feeling better about our social media use. It's about living a more wholehearted and fulfilling life. When we dare to be real, we open ourselves up to deeper connections, greater self-acceptance, and a more profound sense of belonging. It's about choosing courage over comfort, an ongoing practice of showing up and letting ourselves be seen. This journey of unmasking your authentic self is yours to define, and it's a beautiful, worthwhile path, one that leads us back to the core of who we are meant to be, in all our imperfect, wonderful glory.